Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gifted. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to cut and sew a shirt gown, and it has a gathers. Please stay tuned so you can see what I'm doing here. So yeah, I have my material. See how beautiful this material is. 3 yards. I have my scissors, my tape, my ruler, and the check and a check. So I'll be taking out 1 inch. And this cloth, it has a balloon sleeve. The sleeve is a balloon sleeve. So I'll be cutting out only 1 yard. So that I can cut what I want. I'll be measuring out 1 yard for it. So I will cut the front side. So here is my measurement book. The measurement we are using here is, the full length is 38. But because it has a gathers at the end, the half length I'll be using 32. Then plus 1.5 inch for joining it. When you join the up side and the down side. So I'll be taking 1.5 inch, making it 33.5. If you're seeing what I'm doing here. So what I'm doing here is, let me mark out my shoulder length. So from here is my shoulder length. Here is my shoulder length. And from here, the shoulder, I'm giving it, here is the shoulder. And the shoulder, I'm marking out 16.5 inch. Then 16.5 inch plus half inch allowance, that is 17. So the shoulder is 16.5. Then from here, I will come down by 9 inches. The shoulder, I divided it by 2. Then it gave me 8 3/4. Then plus half inch, that is 17 inches. So I'm just marking out 8.5 for the shoulder. Then for the shoulder length, the bust length, I mark out 9 inches. So you can get your armhole circumference by measuring your bust measurement divided by 6. But for this one, I just measure out 9 inches for the bust length. For the bust length, and I'll be marking out half inch. Sorry, I'll be marking out 3/4. I'm not taking up to 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then from the neck, for the neck, what I'm cutting here is the back. This is the shirt gown. Let me check if I will be using this one for the front. Let me use it for the back. Let me use it for the back. So for the back, I'll be marking out 1 inch. Here is the neck depth. Then the neck width, I mark 3 inch. Then I'll curve it. Then I'll mark the shoulder slope. You see that? Then from here, I have 8 1/4. I'll divide it. Let me just say I have 8 inches here. Then I'll divide it into 2. Then come in by 1/2 inch. Then I'll connect from here I'll measure the armhole. The bust is 36 inches. Then plus 3 inches allowance. I'm giving 3 inches allowance because I want the cloth to be big. Then from here I'll connect it. Watch carefully. Watch what I'm doing. See how I got the armhole? This is what I just did here. So from here, I've measured it. Then still leaving it at the shoulder length, I'll mark the half length. Half length is 16. Then the hip length, I'll be marking the hip length 24. So the half length, the high waist, that is the half length, 16. From it, I'll be measuring the circumference. The waist is 32. Here is 32. Then plus the 3 inches I gave earlier. Then the down one, the low waist is 34 plus 3 inches allowance. Then for the hip here is 39. I'll also be giving 3 inches allowance. So from here, I'll be connecting it to the end. So let me cut it off so that you see what I'm doing. Yeah, I came down by 1 inch here for the neck depth. Then same with the shoulder slope by 3/4. I didn't take up to 1 inch. Same with the armhole. I'll be cutting it off this way. Make sure you get your measurement right to avoid mistakes. So I want the cloth to be a free gown. So I've got the measurement, the armhole, the waist, the hip, and the length. So this is what I have for the back. Then I'll be cutting the front side. So watch what I'm doing here. I'll be dividing what I have here into 2. I said I was using 3 yards. I'm using 3 yards for this tutorial. So what I'm doing here, I'll fold it into 2. Then I'll bring the back, because I first cut the back to avoid confusion. I'm not cutting it 2, I'm just cutting it differently. So what I'm doing here is I want to get the button allowance. That is what I'm measuring here. The button allowance. The button allowance I'll be giving 3 inch. 3 inches for the button allowance. So I said I'm giving 3 inches. You can see that. And I guess here is not up to 3. But I'll be measuring 2.5 all through. Same with here. So I'm measuring 2.5. So from the neck depth, I came down by 1 inch here. So I'll be coming down by 2.5. Because I wouldn't want the neck to be too big. So the neck I have here is just 16. What I have here is 16. So I have 4 here close. But that is 8. So from here, I'll come down by 2.5. So I'll be cutting it off. Then I'll cut the shoulder slope. Cut the length. I'll be cutting the armhole. See what I just did here? How to curve it through the line that I marked earlier. Do you see that? So I'll be opening the button allowance. So this is what we have for the front. This is the front side. From here, this is the button allowance. From here, I'll be notching it. So while sewing it, I will know the exact thing that I took out for it. So I'll be notching it here. Same with the down part. From here, I'll fold it this way. Fold it this way. Here is for the button allowance. So to cut the sleeve, I'll be measuring what I got from here, from my armhole. I have 12 here. I said that the full length is 38. So 38 minus 32. So I'll be having like 6 inches, right? Yeah, 6 inches. So I need 6 inches for the gathers. 6 inches for the gathers. Then I'll be adding extra 2 inches allowance. Nice. I need 8 inches. That's what I need. I need 8 inches for this. So I'll be measuring this to know if it's up to, okay. This one is okay. This one is okay. So I'll be marking out 8. That is what I need for the gathers, the length. Then the width, as long as this will not be enough, I'll be cutting more for it. Be cutting more and more for it. Inches. See. Eight inches. That's what I need for here. So I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing, and I'm sure you're understanding it. Please, if you don't understand anything, just drop a comment on the comment section, so I will explain better for you. So this, I don't want to waste much of material. That's why I cut this one off. I'll be adding more. We have here, what we have here is 45. I'll be cutting more for it. You see that I'll be using here to cut what I want for it. So I'll be cutting out 8 inches from this place. I'm just using it for the measurement. As I said, what I need was just 8 inches. So I'll be reducing it. Just want only 8 inches. I don't want to waste material. So this is for the gathers. I'll be opening it up this way. So what I'm measuring here, I want to use as long as 3 years. I mean the width for the gathers, I want to use 3 years. Then the length is 6 inches plus 2 inches for the folding and the joining, making it 8 and 3 years. The width is 3 years for the gathers. Then the length is 8 inches. So this is for the gathers. I know there will be extra coming out from here. I won't be using all of them because it's, what I cut out here is more than 16. Sorry, it's more than 3 years. So I'll be using this one to cut the sleeve, the 2 sleeve. So I'll be cutting this one into 2. Watch how I cut this sleeve. I said that it will have a, watch how I'm cutting it. It will have a elastic so that it will be puffy around the sleeve side, around the round sleeve. So for this down part, the length is 12 inches. So I'm just using 1 inch for the hemming, where I will pass through my elastic. Then the remaining 2 will help it to buff well. So I wouldn't be cutting it out, because if I don't do it that way, by the time I'm done sewing it, the sleeve will look small. So I wouldn't want that. I'll be using all this. This is 11 for the elastic. For here, we'll come down by 4. And measure what I have here, that is 11. I'll mark 4 here. Then what I have here is 11. 11 divided by 2, that is 5.5. So from here, I have to curve it. Let me bring it closer so you see what I'm doing. Hope what I'm doing is clear. Okay, let me put it this way. Let me cut it so that you see what I did here. I go up by half. Do you see that? I don't want the sleeve to be straight. So the round sleeve we have here is 12. So I'll be marking 12. Then cut the excess one. The others will not be needed. So I have 12. I'll be coming down by half to get what I need for this sleeve. You can come down by 5 or 4 or 3 depending what you are cutting. So this is how I want it to look. There are several ways of cutting your sleeve, but this is the simplest way. have the 12 inches. So I'll be notching it here. So when I open it up, I'll place it on my shoulder. Then here, I'll fold 1 inch so as to pass my elastic through. So this is what I have here. This is the simplest way. There's still other method of cutting sleeve. If you want it more, you can trim it this way. You can trim it this way. All of them will just give you almost the same thing. So what I'm doing is the simplest way.